YouTube, what is going on? Is your favorite gamer here above average Cody, coming at you with a full map walkthrough on the newest map to come into Halo Infinite Ranked, Argyle. And if you missed our last video, guys, we did go over my thoughts and my review of Argyle and whether or not I think it should even be within Ranked. But today we're just going to take a full walkthrough on the map, give you guys that haven't had a lot of playtime on it maybe a better idea on how you want to play this map, but overall just a better understanding on what to expect, whether you go to the left, the right, or the middle, being such a simple 3-lane map. Now, diving right in, guys, this is a perfectly symmetrical map. So if you did a full circle around the outside of this map, guys, you would literally run the same exact path twice, because what you see on the left side here is what the enemy sees if they go out the left side of their base. Basically meaning if you slice it in half, guys, it's going to be the same exact thing on both sides, but like kind of flipped or opposite, if you will. So we're going to start with that, guys. We're going to do a full lap around. So the way I like to play this map, you do spawn back here on this little platform. We're not even going to worry about what's down here yet because, honestly, it's not very important. I'm going to explain why I really dislike this area down here in a bit. Now, I like to go right out left. I like to jump down these steps so I can get to the sniper rifle first because I'm selfish. Just kidding, because I am pretty good with the sniper, so I prefer to have it in my hands over the randoms. Then I'll usually come back up here, guys, and this is where you really start to feel the 3-tier map elevation. Obviously, active camo up here, and if you go up top here, you have no way to go but down. We're going to focus on the left side here, and obviously you can see down the bottom layer here. And then you can also take these steps. You can go right up here towards active camo, but you can't make that jump without a repulsor or anything. So it's kind of... I already gave my thoughts on how this map plays, so if you missed that last video, guys, go check it out. But that's what to expect if you go up top those stairs here. Now, we're going to go down here. You got a nade spawn right here on your right. And then down here is where you were looking at from up there. You can't access that through there. It's literally just like a floor little like window, so you can kind of like look down and check, or if you looked up and saw somebody, you could move this way and go up and get an angle. So like I said, this is really where you start to feel how 3-lane this map is. Over here, you do have a shock coil, which I don't agree with it being in ranked, but it is here right next to some plasma grenades and the repulsor in the middle of the map. Now, we're going to keep continuing down this left lane here. Again, a little overlook here down into that bottom area we were just in. And if you keep moving, you literally wrap back up to the upper area we were just in. So it is very much 3-tier, but it is probably the most awkward 3-tier gameplay you'll ever experience. Over here, you get a bulldog spawn closer to the enemy spawn, and you can either progress down here and sneak into the enemy's bottom base that we mentioned, or you can just go right up top. You get a very nice overlook over probably like 60% of the map here. You can look into the flag. You can look over near their sniper spawn. You can look down at the bottom tier, up at the top tier. You can look at active camo. And it's kind of crazy how this map plays. And again, as I mentioned in the last video, guys, it makes for a lot of weird gameplay where instead of your team actually pushing through the lane like they should to get to the flag, everybody wants to stop and look across at this guy over here. It's very awkward gameplay. Now, if you come this way and you come and grab the flag, guys, you will notice you get the same exact look over here. Literally the same exact gameplay, practically. You can go down here and look down bottom. You can come over here. You'll notice you get the same exact overlook. And then if you come back over here and you actually go up these stairs, you will notice it is exactly the same. That's right, everybody. A symmetrical map. Now, while we are right here, before we go into the base and the middle lane a little bit, guys, I want to talk about why I like flag running on this side, because I mentioned it in the last video, but I didn't really go over why. So if you pull it right up here, first off, you cut the line of sight faster. If you pull this flag and come this way, guys, if you run it this way, you give the enemies that are spawning up over here, potentially, a longer line of sight at you. But if you pull it right around the corner here, you break the line of sight, and now the only line of sight is going to be across. And here, this is where you can make an alpha move, and this is why I like pulling it this way. You can either go straight through the top here, you can even do a little slide down the steps and go down and carry it, and you're off to the races through that door. Or if you see some heat here, hopefully you have a teammate behind you, you can throw the flag down and continue this run over this way, and then you get to this door I mentioned even faster. So that is why I like to play it to that side, because you potentially have 2 different ways to go, and you always want to keep your options open on the flag run. So again, if you run it this way, you can go down, you can go up, and that's just really like the nicest part of running it this way. And then obviously we'll just finish the walkthrough here. it's exactly what we just saw when I was showing you the enemy base, and then you can literally just run it through. You can take the shortcut through here even. You kind of expose yourself to a lot of mid here, so I recommend taking the flag the extra steps and then running it straight that way. Briefly, while we're over here on the map, guys, the path up to active is literally this little, like, chute. Personally, I like to grab it and be tricky with it because I know over here is safe. I'll grab it and jump right back to where I just came from, and hopefully your team is continuing the run down that side, because here you can easily see if you have teammates down here or not, and if you're both rushing active camo, you and the enemy team, that is. If you grab it and jump through here, you're literally funneled into potentially enemies that are coming to get active. But over here you can see you don't have to just run down. You can actually do a drop down this chute, which could potentially make for a better path and getting away with the active camo. Same thing over here. Again, symmetrical map, guys. If you know one side of the map, you know both sides of the map. Now we'll talk a little bit about pulling it. If you pull it the other direction, like the direction we came, the reason I don't like to go this way as much is I feel like I don't have as much variety in how I can run the flag, because I have to get it all the way to here before I can really, like, make any decisions on where I go. And I can either go that generic way that I showed you, or I have to go up through this chute, because I really wouldn't recommend going down mid. For some reason, it looks like a lot of randoms that I match with love to pull the flag down mid. And guys, I didn't start with the middle lane because there really is not a whole lot down here. Not even really much elevation change. You can escape and maybe, like, power slide down this way, but it just makes for a very awkward flag run unless you're calming with teammates a lot. They're gonna have no clue what the hell you're doing if you're going down mid lane. Really the only variety you get is the repulsor here, so if you want, you can, like, grab it and then, like, repulse up and get away. But doing that obviously with the flag in your hand is pretty tough. So the middle of the map is pretty much a no-go zone for me, at least the way I like to play, because who likes to go and get shot from infinite different angles, I would say. Now, the bottom of the base I've been avoiding, guys. You can take stairs up to the right here, but you can't get up to the base very easily. You're kind of trapped here and forced to go this way. You can kind of, like, jump out this way, but it doesn't really provide you any advantage, I guess, over the enemy. You can go this way and look outwards, but you can't, like, really go anywhere from here. Maybe you could do something tricky with, like, the grapple or something like that, but other than that, I hate it down here because you can get a spawn that puts you, like, right here. So you're out of line of sight of there, but you're forced to take the time to go all the way back up your base where you have no cover over anything. You're not helping any teammates. And if you peek out here, guys, you're just, you look silly. You look absolutely silly. So you're forced to move out this way, which I just mentioned. So I kind of hate this little bottom base area. Like, I understand it has a purpose. You could look down and see if any enemies are moving up or things like that. But other than that, it's just a really awkward area of the map. Because, again, you have to ring around the back of the base here to get back up to your flag where you can actually help your team. So it's very awkward. And then, of course, each base has this little jump up here to said grapple that I mentioned earlier. Kind of awkward because you have nowhere to go. Like, you can try to hide up here. You can't back out, because obviously if you try to back out, guys, you just come back up the grav lift. And I wonder if you can sneak out the bottom of that. You might be able to. You cannot. It forces you right back in. It's well designed in that aspect. And then you just have to drop down. And obviously, guys, if you're jumping in Halo Infinite, you're a sitting duck to bullets flying across the map. So that's a pretty awkward area. I wouldn't go up there unless you're just going up to grab the grapple. And now the gun spawns, guys, pretty awkward. I already showed you the bulldog, obviously the sniper, very straightforward spawns. You get a pulse carbine out left of the base. You get a BR spawn right here. Maybe if you pick up too many weapons, you can drop back here, which is kind of nice, or you can jump up. That's something I definitely should have mentioned. So if you are trapped down here, guys, I mentioned the ring around thing. You don't have to do it. You can very easily do that, and I completely forgot about it because I try to avoid this area at all costs. But down here, you do get a commando spawn. I think it's good they put the commando down here and not the pulse carbine, because with how good the commando is right now, it kind of forces you down to this little area. But other than that, like, I really try to avoid going down there at all costs. And now, again, if you move to the right, I showed you the enemy bulldog spawn. I call it the enemy because it's further towards their base. You have to go to the right side to find your bulldog spawn, which obviously right here on the wall, guys. And then same thing going this way. You get the same grenade spawn, same plasma spawns. You get a disruptor here opposite the bulldog spawn. But yeah, other than that, guys, like I said, I like to avoid middle map. I like to pull the enemy flag to the left. And again, there's the bulldog. and then appears there the disruptor on the other side. It's literally identical on both sides, which makes it kind of tough. Very similar to Catalyst callout wise, because I go with the generic right-left callouts as opposed to actually calling each side something. Obviously, you have some like colors to show the differences slightly, but like unless somebody plays this map a lot, it makes for like not knowing what to call anything, because you can see this one kind of has like a red hue while the other one has kind of like a yellow hue, so you can kind of call it red side versus yellow side. But overall, it's just very an awkward map for callouts, but it's very simple in terms of learning the map, because again, if you learn one lane on the side, you pretty much know both lanes on each side. Again, guys, this map is completely symmetrical. I've said that like 100 times so that hopefully you guys can understand in terms of what that means and how it plays. Pretty much the same on both sides, just opposite. But other than that, this was made with the Halo Forge mode, supposedly. Basically, they made this in the same Forge engine that we're using in the game now, and it was just published as a real map by 343. But other than that, guys, this map is in Ranked with fusion coils and all. It's very awkward for Ranked. I do not know if it will be in Competitive. If you were to force me into an answer, I'd say no. But only time will tell. I mean, stranger things have happened, especially from 343, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much the full walkthrough on this map. Didn't really cover any callouts because, like I said, pretty awkward being a symmetrical map. A lot of it's the same. I like to do things like enemy sniper spawn, enemy bulldog spawn, which again I mentioned would be that side. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the full walkthrough. If I missed anything, feel free to point it out in the comments so people can get help from you guys as well as me. I'm sure I missed some potential good things. I didn't go over too many like vantage points and stuff like that because this map's just weird, man. It plays very weird on Ranked. Like I said, you can get an angle pretty much anywhere from the side towards middle into the flag. You can see from basically anywhere on the map. Very interesting, very open, but make no mistake, guys, I think it is a pretty cool map. The layout's cool, the design is cool. I just don't know how good it is for ranked play alone. But all right, guys, that's enough on Argyle. Hopefully this map helped you out if you haven't had much experience on this map. If so, let me know down in the comment so other people can see how helpful this video is or is not. Well, other than that, guys, subscribe. A lot of Halo Infinite content. We've been streaming it 5 days a week. A lot of ranked, a lot of fun, so be sure to hit that sub button, guys. Leave a like on the video, please. It helps out ever so much. I already mentioned leave you a comment, and of course, guys, channel memberships, super thanks. It helps out ever so much if you'd like to support monetarily, but please do not feel like you have to. But other than that, guys, that does it for me. Hopefully this helps you out. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.